Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Digital and Social Media News for leaders of nonprofits, churches, and faith based organizations. I'm Natchi Lazarus, and this week we have news from Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, and a research report that talks about how globally nonprofits use social media for good. This is the show where we bring you the top 5 news you need to know for this week in less than 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first big news of this week is about a report that talks about social media usage by nonprofits around the world. Recently, an organization called Nonprofit Tech for Good released a report called Global NGO Tech Report. And the report had many interesting statistics, including one that says 9 out of 10 nonprofits around the world regularly use social media to engage their supporters and donors. And there's another statistics that says 94% of NGOs agree that social media is effective for online brand awareness. This is a very comprehensive report, and it was polled by 5,721 NGOs from 160 countries around the world, and they have covered usage of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and WhatsApp. So I will link to this report in the show notes. Do have a look. It has some very interesting numbers, and it's encouraging to see how nonprofits are using social media for good. Our next news is about Facebook. Facebook advertisers can now add a send message button to their stories ads in Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger stories. So if you are a regular advertiser in the stories form of ad, then this is good news for you, because you can now direct all the responses from your advertising to your messenger inbox, which opens up a completely new set of opportunities, because you can include a chat bot in the conversation that can help people get information very quickly. You can have one-on-one conversation, you can help people, you can influence people in new ways. So do check it out. Our next news is about Twitter. Twitter is rolling out a spam and an abuse filter for its direct messages. This is especially useful for people who have their direct messaging option open, which means anyone can send them a direct message. In that case, they may be getting spammy or abusive message, which can now be filtered, so they won't appear in the regular inbox. This filter will add a new view to the additional messages inbox, and all the messages from people that you don't follow or abusive messages will all get moved to a separate section, so that you don't have to see it if you don't want to see it. Our next news is from YouTube, and it's an important one for ministries with a big following on YouTube. This is also about search filters. This week seems to be the week of search filter feature release from social media channels. So following Twitter, now YouTube is releasing this search filter for their comments filtering. So if you are having hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube, which I know many nonprofits and ministries listening to me do, then you know that it could be difficult, going through all the comments. So now YouTube is giving you an easy filtering option. For example, you can filter through to comments which you have already responded to. Let's say you responded to a comment and somebody has replied to that, then you can filter those comments alone and reply to them. And you can also reply to comments that have a question. You don't want to reply to, say, for example, amen or thank you or something like that, but you do want to respond to a question, right? So this is an important filter. So you can now filter all the comments and say, show me only comments that have a question, and respond to them. So I think it's an important thing, and do pass it on to your tech team or your social media team in your ministry, and ask them to check it out and start using that to engage with your audience. Engaging with social media audience is a very important step in a successful social media ministry. Before we go to the final news of this week, I wanted to take a moment to remind you about our upcoming planning workshop for the new year 2020. The new year 2020 is projected to be a big year for the digital and the social media space. More people are expected to get on social media, more people are expected to be connected to the internet around the world, and there is a huge opportunity, especially for you as a nonprofit, church, or a ministry. If you are prepared well for 2020, then you can reach the right audience, expand your mission, and help more people, serve more people, and accomplish your digital goals. So that is why I created this free workshop. This is completely online, so you can attend this workshop from anywhere in the world, and it is totally free. And you will also get the recording. So even if you cannot attend it live, then I still recommend that you go ahead and register for it, so that you will receive the recording and you can listen to it whenever you are free. This will be an intense 90-minute workshop, and we will cover things like different stages of online ministry, how to identify which stage you are in, and we will also go through a 15-point checklist for your planning strategy. We will look at practical implementation tips and so on. So lots of interesting things planned. So do check out the page natchi.net/2020. That is natchi.net/2020, and go ahead and register for it. Also share it with your other friends so that they can also benefit from it. I will see you in the masterclass. For now, let's move on to the next news item. Our final news of this week is from Google. Based on a research commission, Google found that 81% of the people who responded said that they have experienced Wi-Fi, wireless signal problems at home. Going by my own experience, I don't think that's an exaggerated number. Last week, Google released this article that gives you tips on how to make the most of your Wi-Fi signal at home. It's not a technical tip. It's more like, where to place your router, what kind of network you should have, and so on. Of course, they pitch for Google Wi-Fi routers, but it's also very useful information. So I thought I should add it to our news item today, so that you know how to make the most of your Wi-Fi wireless signal at home. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I hope this was useful. If you like to dig deeper into any of the stories that we talked about, or learn more about the research, or know how to place your Wi-Fi router at home, then we've got all the source links, all the stories, and the transcripts in our news page, natchi.net/news. So do check it out. Please share this with your friends or other leaders of nonprofit churches and ministries who might benefit from listening to the top 5 news in less than 5 minutes every week. Please subscribe and follow us wherever you're watching this, so that you do not miss another episode. I will see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, stay connected, stay blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.